Hello guys, this is Tony Stark. Welcome back to Mobile UI Test Automation. So in this video we are going to enter into chapter 2, the downloads and configuration. But before getting into that, let's do a small recap. So by answering these questions. So what is UI? UI stands for user interface, which is nothing but the front end of any application. So the application will have its back end and front end. The things which you can see and you can directly interact with are the front end of the application. But if you click on a button in any application, if it is interacting with the server and all the process related to the server calls and DB are under backend. So what does it mean by UI testing? When you are testing an application, you can directly interact with the application using the UI of the application, and you are not including and checking any of the backend calls. But you will be able to see whether the functionality is serving the purpose or not by just interacting with the UI. So if you click on a button, open this image, if that is the functionality, you can directly manually click on the button and check if the image is opening or not. So that is UI testing. But in this tutorial, what we are going to do is all that manual operations, we are going to automate that. So the code handles the UI interaction. It also gives the results whether these are functionality serve the actual purpose or not. So that's what automation does. So what are the tools you are going to use for mobile UI test automation? So if you haven't watched my previous video, please go and watch. You can search in my channel Kalikaalamdiaries. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to support me or you want to buy me a beer, just click the like button and share this video. So let's get back. The tools and technologies we are going to use for mobile UI test automation are Appium, WebdriverIO, and JavaScript. So if you're ready for this setup, let's get started. The first thing we need is a code editor, the IDE. We are going to use Visual Studio Code because it's quite comfortable for the JavaScript related projects. I have provided the download links just beside the heading, and I have included all of these nodes in the description section you can access. So if you click on the link, it will redirect you to the official website to download. Depending on your operating system, you can choose the download here. So I am using a Windows operating system, so I have downloaded this and installed too. And since I have it installed already in my PC, I am not going to install it again. But if you have any questions related to installs and downloads, just add your questions in the comment section so that I can reply as soon as possible. So once you downloaded and installed Visual Studio Code, if you open it, it will look something like this. So all we need to do is we need to create a project folder first in your local. So I'm going to create in my C drive and name it as Mobile UI Automation. So this is my project folder. I am going to open it in the Visual Studio Code first. File, new folder, open. So this is it. The folder opened like this and it is empty because we haven't created any files yet. We'll get back to this window again. Let's switch to the downloads. So the next download is Node.js, and it also includes the NPM version. If you download v14 plus, it includes v6 plus of NPM. You can again download it from the link I provided. If you click on the links, you will see this page, and depending on your OS, you can download the installer and install it in your local. So again, I already have it, so I'm not going to install it again. So, and here you can ask me one question. So why do we need to install Node.js and NPM? So why? So we'll get to that why part while we are using it because it is easier to understand then. So once you download it, Node.js and NPM, you can check the installation is successful or not. Open the Visual Studio Code and use the shortcut. Try using this Control plus the symbol. So it will open the terminal for us. In this terminal, you can just type node space hyphen hyphen version. Click enter. So here it is, the version number is 14.15.4, and you can also check the npm version like this with the same command. Yes, so the npm version we have is 6.14.10. And one thing you need to keep in mind is you need to set the environment variables for this Node.js in order to use it. So we'll get into that part later in the videos. For now, just switch to the download section again. So the third download is Appium desktop client. So I have given the link here. If you open it, so here it is a GitHub page. Out of these, you can choose your download and install using the file you downloaded. So once you install the Appium desktop client, you can find it in the application section in the start. And if you open it, you will see this window. You can close it for now and switch to downloads again. So the next installer is Appium-doctor. So this is not unlike all the other web page downloads. You can directly install it through your Visual Studio Code. So we have npm, it is a NuGet package manager. So how we are going to install Appium-doctor is npm install Appium-doctor. So use this command for installing Appium-doctor. Once if you click on enter, it will start downloading. And once it is done, it will look something like this. And you can switch to downloads again. So what Appium-doctor does is it will actually look for the settings and configuration. And then if you have any trouble with Appium or using it, then the Appium-doctor will give you the exact error where it went wrong. The next download is Android Studio. So this provides us the emulators we want. So I am not going to use any real device for testing. We can use the simulators or emulators instead. You can actually download it from the official website here. So click on this link if you are using Windows. And once the download and installation is completed, you can open it from the start window. But once you open it, it will take you to some settings page where you need to select some default settings. You can just click next button till you see this page. So again, if you have any questions related to the settings and Android Studio launch, you can just add your questions in the comment section. And once you see this window, you can click on configure and AVD manager. So these are the virtual devices we can use for our UI automation testing. So you can actually create the devices from here. So you can click on this button. It will take you to this window, configuration window. So in this, you can actually choose which device you want out of this list. And for example, I am just choosing Pixel 4 and I need to select the OS which I want. And the Android Studio provides us these API levels, and you can see the Android versions. The latest version it is Android 11, that is R. So I have downloaded Q, that is 10.0 already. So if I choose this and click on next, you can actually rename it here. And the all the settings I kept it as default. If I click on finish, here it is. You can see the new device added. And if you want to launch this, you can click on this button. It will take a while and it will open it like this. So here it is. Our virtual device is ready, and you can check actually whether this device is available for our Appium to use or not. You can check that in our Visual Studio Code. So open this window again and open the terminal. Remember this command adb space devices. So this gives us the list of devices we can use, and also it will detect the devices which are connected to our PC through USB port. So you can see all of the devices available. Right now we have one emulator available that is named Emulator 5554, and this is it. And again, remember that we need to set the environment variables Android home or Java home in order for Appium to use our emulators while execution. We'll get to that setting in the next chapter. And for now, let's switch to the downloads again. So the remaining downloads all are of NPM installs. So here let's start with the WebdriverIO. You can open the Visual Studio Code, and with the same npm install command you can directly write it like this, and if you put -g it will take as global installation. Once if I click on enter, it will start download. Again it will take a while to download, and it is completed. So this WebdriverIO needs some configuration, which we are going to do it in the upcoming chapter. So for now, let's switch to the downloads again. So Mocha and Chai and also Chak, these are the test runners, and we can actually configure how our framework and how our test reports can be displayed and generated. We can actually design the logs in the format which we need, and also the test reports in the format which we need. So let's switch back to Visual Studio Code and download all of them. npm space install -g, and the next npm space install. You can actually put I instead of install -g, and it is done. Again npm space I chalk -g. Sorry, it's my mistake. Let's put it like this. Now it is correct. So our installations are done. So what so far we have done is we have downloaded the required software, and we still need to configure them, which we are going to do it in the next chapter. So I'll post my next video within 2 days. Meanwhile, you guys can read the definitions of each term if you haven't known already. And please like this video if it helped you, and click on the bell icon for the next update. Till then, हम हैं राही IT के, फिर मिलेंगे चलते चलते.